Get a good day.
Coming up today, it's the documentary everyone from regular folks to celebs are talking about. Framing Britney Spears. Why it will change the way you look at Brit and the people around her. Then I'm unveiling my latest best thing ever. There are a lot of streaming services, but I think I've landed on the one most of you must have. And she's part of our family. Miss Shannon returns to, of course, make us laugh and to talk about a great project that she's working on. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, Coon Rapids. Good morning, Andover. Good morning, Waseca. Good morning, Hudson. And welcome to The Jason Show. I'm Jace. Thank you for being here. Please welcome my sidekick sister and Dairy Queen's favorite employee, Kendall Mark, everyone.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. I got to make a DQ blizzard once. Did you know that?
Well, I don't mean to one-up you, but I shall.
Okay.
I will see you got to do that once.
Yeah.
They invited us to the Dairy Queen headquarters where I went into a laboratory with a desk with 4,000 add-ons, like any type of candy fixins. Mm-hmm. And I got to make whatever kind of blizzard I could. And we had it here. It was a piece we did for the Jason Show.
Why would you need everything when they already have cookie dough?
Okay, well.
Did you flip it over? Did it stay in the cup?
Yeah, I'm not an amateur. Of course they did. Sorry. They told me how to do it, yeah. No, it was actually one of my favorite stories we've ever done here. And it's when I fell in love with the cotton candy blizzard.
The cotton candy blizzard.
Oh, it is a gift from God, let me tell you.
Is that like that's a staple, right?
They only release it during spring and summer.
Okay.
But there's one Dairy Queen that always saves me a little, she keeps some in the back for Jace. That's right, so I get it through fall.
You know people?
I know people who know the Dairy Queen.
The queen of the dairy.
Us queens talk. Yeah, that's right. Dairy and otherwise. But, okay, you've had another busy morning, 3 days in a row.
Seriously?
Traffic Tina, beep, beep. Because if you're watching from other places here in Minneapolis, it's the Arctic freeze. Mm-hmm. There were 4,000 accidents yesterday.
4,000.
Today, 3,000.
Yeah,
Did it get any better today?
It was better, but it was still pretty awful. Yeah. I mean, I went out into my vehicle around, like 4:20 in the morning, and I was like, it's snowing. It's going to be so bad again.
And it was.
And it was.
Yeah.
Lots of coffee.
You know what's driving me crazy today is this story of the Gorilla Glue girl.
The Gorilla Glue. You've given her the Gorilla Glue
Well, that's what people are calling her. So
okay.
And let me say this. Let me be crystal Carrington clear. I try to be a nice guy. Don't laugh at that crew. But I try to be a nice guy. I have empathy for her because what had happened was she has this finishing spray, hairspray that she sprays in her hair that has the word glue in it, and she ran out of it. So she grabbed a can of Gorilla Glue spray and sprayed that on her hair. And her hair's been frozen in place for a month. This is where I say, I feel awful for her. I want it fixed for her. I can't imagine the pain that she's in. Ow. Okay, there's the sentence, ... There's talk that she's thinking of suing the Gorilla Glue Company, which I must admit drives me a little crazy.
Okay.
Because there's some personal responsibility, I think. Look carefully at stuff before you put it on your melon. That's just me, though. Again, I want her to be well. I can't imagine what she's going through. But I don't think they should be sued. That's just my opinion.
This is very reminiscent to me of the lady who sued McDonald's for her hot coffee.
The hot coffee?
On her, which then later people defended her and said she got like third-degree burns. But I'm like, well, yeah, but you ordered a hot coffee.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm with you on this. I'm like.
Again, I want her to be well, and I knew this story was everywhere when I saw it in the Washington Post. I said, the Washington Post is covering Gorilla Glue Girl, and I don't know.
I know. I mean, I cannot imagine having something in my hair and not being able to get it out for that
can you imagine having glue? I mean, I saw a video. I mean, her family's trying to wash it out. They've tried solvents. They've tried. I just can't imagine. I want her to be well, but I just don't think you should sue the company. I don't know.
Right. There's a little bit of like, come on.
Yeah. Get ready, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. Here we go.
shoved an M&M up my nose. We could have sued them.
I stuck my hand. This is Jeff's favorite story. My mom's gonna smile when, I was a little puffy kid, so I had a little puff of hands and I ate a lot. And remember Pringles cans used to have a metal rim inside it?
Oh, I know
and I
this.
stuck my pudgy little hand in there and I couldn't get it out and the metal had cut my hand. And my dad looked at me, he was so nice. He looked at me and goes, well, if you wouldn't eat the whole can. Eventually we got it out.
Did you ever get your tongue stuck in like a glass bottle too?
No.
Okay, that's all these things.
We've talked about the Free Britney movement on the show before and the fight over her estate. Well, now there's a new documentary that takes a deep dive into her life. It's called The New York Times Presents Framing Britney Spears. Now, we're going to talk about this at length because I really believe you have to see this. Here's a little clip, though, to begin.
Hey, hey, ho, ho! The conservatorship has got to go. Hey, hey!
Britney's case, I think, has brought a lot of scrutiny to the conservatorship system in general.
And conservatorship abuse.
Flaws in Britney's case could reveal flaws in the bigger conservatorship system. And it's now, very recently, in August 2020, that, for the first time ever in the entire 12 years the conservatorship has been in effect, Britney appears to be publicly signaling that she wants changes.
Britney, with the help of her lawyer, Sam Ingham, indicates that she would like a bank to become the overseer of her estate. At this point in her life, Britney welcomes and appreciates the informed support of her many fans. Britney herself is vehemently opposed to this effort by her father to keep her legal struggle hidden away in the closet as a family secret.
I'll repeat this again, but you can watch the documentary on Hulu. It aired on FX, but you can see it on Hulu. I said this in the tease a few minutes ago. You will get done and you will feel very differently about many things and many people around Britney. I'm old enough, I loved the music. I was, I liked the boy band era. I liked the Christina Aguilera, Britney era. And I remember very specifically the Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears era. They were like pop royalty. They really were. Every move, everything that they did was covered by the paparazzi. Well, the one person other than Britney's dad that doesn't come out looking great in this documentary is Justin Timberlake. One of the moments of the documentary that you go, ugh, is the fact that JT, if you remember in the press, alluded to the fact that their breakup was done or because of Britney cheating on him.
Yeah.
But Britney never really confirmed that. But the press made it seem like Justin was the victim. And he further perpetuated this with his video, Cry Me a River.
I was just thinking about that.
Where he alluded to that whole video. And then in one of the moments of the documentary where you go, ugh, they roll a clip from an interview that he did around that era from Kiss FM, really popular radio station, where, and excuse my language here, but the guy, the DJ goes, trying to prod him, goes, did you blank Britney Spears? And they start laughing, and Justin goes, yeah, I did. And all of the guys in that interview start laughing. And that just starts a pattern in this documentary that you see of the way that Britney is treated and the way the press treats her. And you know me, I don't like broad blanket blame on the media. I hate that term, actually. But when you see this, Britney was treated so differently, asked questions that nobody else would be asked. She was routinely asked about her virginity. The questions were put to her by real journalists, people that I respect, in an accusatory way. Example A, Diane Sawyer. In the middle of a real low moment in Britney's life, Diane Sawyer, her list of questions, there's a mashup of these questions, have just this accusatory tone to it. Like she's grilling Britney. She asked Britney about the fact that she's a role model for young girls and why are you dressing this way? And just needling her. And Britney eventually fires back and says, I'm not the parent. I'm not here to be a role model. If you have a problem with the way I dress, that's not parent, But Diane asked questions about Justin Timberlake. And it is very hard to watch. And it's hard to walk out of this and not think that there needs to be justice for Britney, and I can't believe I'm going to say that, because admittedly, I have rolled my eyes of the Free Britney campaign, but when you see this, you realize that there is something going on because they obviously get into the conservatorship as well, and you find out through the documentary that there is really something going on with that as well. For instance, toward the end, we can take a look at this video. This is from 2019. Britney made millions of dollars at her residency at Planet Hollywood in Vegas. That ended, and then MGM, the company, wanted her to launch their new revamped hotel, the Park MGM, with this new residency. Well, here it is. They do this big event, big announcement event that was streamed all over the world. Britney was supposed to perform. Britney was supposed to do interviews. She walks out. She waves. She walks right past the stage where she was supposed to perform and right into a limousine. Never announces the residency, doesn't perform, doesn't talk to reporters. And people that are deep inside Britney world say this was when things started to unravel again. That one of the main lawyers for the conservatorship petitioned the court for a raise. And in the documentation, referred to her conservatorship as a profitable business. A thing that's supposed to be set up to help and protect an individual is referred to in court documentations as a profitable business.
Wow.
It is scandalous.
Wow.
It is gross.
Do they get into, I know that we have to go, but do they get into a little bit about how what happened to her turned into what happened with her mental health in 08, 09?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. We do have to go. But what's interesting is when you walk out, you think to yourself, wow, if this was to happen today, you know, they didn't mention mental health back then. That was back then. That was only 15, 20, 12 years ago. No one ever talked about mental health, Britney's mental health. Late night comedians made fun of her. The Family Feud did a whole category of things Britney has lost. And one of the contestants said her mind. Yeah. The Framing of Britney on Hulu. Go watch it tonight. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this. We've only just begun to have fun. Coming up next, friends, I know, there are a lot of streaming services, but I'm going to tell you why you must have this one. Then, our producer's throwing in yet another twist on The Bachelor. Well, producer Ted is keeping up with the turns so you don't have to. And laughing for a great cause. Miss Shannon returns with deets on a fabulous new gig that benefits a cause near and dear to her and so many of you. That and more when The Jason Show continues.
Years later, I was asked to do a song for a movie soundtrack. They didn't want the Foo Fighters, they just wanted me, but I didn't feel comfortable just doing like a solo thing. So I thought, oh, I'll do an instrumental track and have someone else sing. So I contacted Bowie. And I said, here, listen to this thing. Maybe you'd like to sing on it. And time went by, I didn't hear anything. Nope. Finally, I got an email back, and he said, David, I like the instrumental, but this time it was like a Marvel movie kind of thing. He's like, it's not really my trip, not my genre of film and stuff. I'd love to work with you at some point, but I don't think this is the time. And so I'm sitting in my living room reading this like, oh my God, David Bowie writes emails. This is blowing my mind right now. So I immediately emailed back something I don't want to take up more of his time. Yep. So I said, thanks for responding. I hope you're well. Take care. And then 1 minute later, he emails back and he says, well, that's settled then. Now off.
Come on. And Great story. Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters. As David Letterman says, fighting Foo every day on Fallon last night. You know, the Foo Fighters were Dave's last musical guest. Did you know that on Letterman? The Late Show with David? Yeah. He loves the Foo Fighters.
Of course I didn't know that, and of course you did.
Yeah. I love the Dave.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. More late night. Katy Perry was on with Jimmy Kimmel last night. She performed at the Super Bowl halftime show 5 years ago and talked about the lead up to the big moment. Look.
You don't see it on television. You never saw it on television. But the way that I got down from that lion was doing I had a fireman's pole on the other side to hit my mark to go into like this chess themed bit that I was doing. And I was running it in my rehearsal, and I ran the performance, 75 times. It was just like, go, 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 go. And we got to the point when you're running rehearsal where you're doing all your costumes.
Right.
And so I was doing my lion, and then I do the fireman pole, and I was running it with costumes, and the costume that I was running, the balloon outfit, the beach balloon outfit, it was made of latex. And then when I went down on the fireman's pole, it split in half. And I was a few days out from actually playing the day. And I was like, oh, this is why we do rehearsals with costumes.
So you're...
Got it.
This is why. Katie, by the way, returns as a judge for the new season of American Idol. It debuts on Sunday on the Alphabet Network. Have you ever had a wardrobe malfunction?
I was a dancer. Our costumes fell apart all the time.
Seriously?
All the time. All the time. I mean, I shouldn't say all the time, but you saw it happen a lot too. So I'm very good at safety pinning things that could potentially maybe come apart, because let me tell you, they always do.
They will, yeah.
Yeah, dresses like zippers. We learned to always safety pin under the zipper. Ladies, that's a fun tip. Stuff like that. I mean, and we were taught, you just keep going.
You keep going. I've had a couple.
Are we going to talk about my favorite story?
Which one? Oh, the man spanks?
Yeah.
When I got it caught, yeah. That wasn't so much of a wardrobe malfunction. It's just one size too small. Two sizes too small. No, it was Britney Spears. I was with Britney Spears. I was interviewing her, and I fell over in my chair.
Yeah.
And I ripped my britches.
Oh, so there's more to the story than just falling over the chair.
It was a disaster. Flipped over like a turtle and ripped my britches, ripped my khakis.
Oh,
which,
Lord.
by the way, I should take this opportunity. Executive producer Jeff has been working on a project for a while. We're going to be doing a look back. Because, I've been at Channel 9 for 20 years. So Jeff has 20 years of archive tapes. So we're going to be doing a special series looking back at embarrassing moments. Jeff has started the countdown on our Instagram account. Go to the Jason Show TV and look at a throwback picture. I think that one's from, do we know what year? I think 2003, I think.
Fabulous.
Oh, it's awful.
It's going to be epic.
Yeah. But anyway, Brittany, I've ripped my pants. They put me in a gerbil ball one time for a live shot, and I tumbled.
And then you
Karma
got
chameleoned,
out?
and I ripped my britches again. Next up, some sad news overnight in the world of music. One of the founding members of the Motown supergroup has died. Look at this. Mary Wilson from the Supremes died yesterday at the age of 76. This, what you're looking at, is one of their iconic performances on The Ed Sullivan Show in 1966. Wilson sang backup to Diana Ross on a record-setting 12 #1 singles in the 1960s. Now, Mary stayed with the group through the late 70s, even after Ross left for a solo career. Wilson also pushed for a Supremes reunion, but it never happened. There was one in '99, but the paperwork got in the way, and Mary didn't take part. Mary Wilson was, well, first of all, when you look at the legacy of the Supremes, and let's just do that for a second, think about 1966, and think about the fact that there were these black women on one of the most popular shows on television, The Ed Sullivan Show, and what that meant. And laugh at me if you will, it's a famous Oprah story. Oprah said, if there wasn't a Diana Ross, there probably wouldn't have been an Oprah Winfrey, because Oprah was a child. She was 12 years old, and she went over to her relative's house to watch because it was a big deal.
Right.
It was a big deal in black households that Diana Ross and the Supremes were going to be on Ed Sullivan. So Oprah sat in front of the television and watched these three women, and she looked at Diana Ross and said, there was somebody that looked like her on TV, and she thought, if Diana Ross and Mary Wilson could make it, so could she, So Mary was ahead of her time in that way, and she also pushed for legislation, which really, for artists' rights. I don't want to get too inside baseball, but Wilson helped for the fight for the Truth in Music legislation, which says the name of a music group can't be used unless it includes at least one member of the original group. It is now a law in 35 of 50 states.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so let's say Jeff, Ted, and I started the Banjo Boys, okay? And then we left the group, all three of us, because of a scandal.
Yep.
Ted stole office furniture or something.
Shocking.
We all left. And then the music company restarts the Banjo Boys. We have to profit from it. Not in this state. That law's not in this state, but you get what I mean?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So
And it makes sense because it happens so, I feel like it happens so often, especially when there were so many groups that people would leave, and eventually you're like, wait, who is this group of people now with the same name?
And let us also acknowledge with Mary, you know, Diana got all the publicity, but Mary's voice, oh my goodness. I mean, Diana got all the glory per se, but oh my goodness, you listen, all you youngins out there, you listen to a Mary Wilson track. Mary had the voice of an angel and led on some tracks for the Supremes in the 70s. So yeah, it's a loss of an icon. And she just did a YouTube video 3 days ago. So next in the dish, move over to Real Housewives and Vanderpump Rules. Lisa Vanderpump has a new show coming to E! This time, and it's built around dinner parties. Look at this.
Well, hello. I'm inviting you to an intimate dinner party, and for it to be perfect, I have a few rules. You've got to bust your butt for the decor to be absolutely fabulous.
Seriously, I am so wasted.
The guests should be naughty,
I'm gonna steal so much of this.
but the hostess must always be naughtier.
Bad dog.
This dinner party rules. Watch over serve with Lisa Vanderpump. Well, hello.
Okay. The new show debuts in March. No word what this means for Vanderpump Rules, which hasn't been able to film with bars still shut down in Southern California. I love LVP. I do. I liked her on Housewives. I think Beverly Hills is missing her. But this looks bad. I don't know. This looks cheap.
Really?
Yeah, it looks like producer Ted shot it in his kitchen. No offense. Ted's pop. Can I just tell you though?
Yeah.
Ted's. We did a staff show on Friday, where you recommended something.
Yep.
Jeff recommended something. I recommended something. Would you like to know what story got the highest ratings on our Facebook page? Ted.
Team Fresh Time.
Leo, can you take a shot of the floor for a second? Just take a shot. Just take a shot of the floor. I want to make sure it still says Jason. Okay, I just want to make sure. I want to make sure Ted hasn't changed it yet. Leo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Leo, there's nothing in the works. Look at your paperwork. Ted isn't changing anything yet, is he?
No.
Okay, thank you, Leo. Just want to make
The
sure.
voice of God
The
above
Ted
us.
Show. This fall on Fox. Still ahead. Miss Shannon is back. We'll tell you where you can catch her this month. But next, another twist on The Bachelor as Matt tries to narrow down his choices. The future host of this show, Ted, recaps the latest episode when we come back. Back in a moment, everybody.
I have a lady named Heather Martin at the front gate. She's looking to talk to Mr. Harrison.
Heather Martin? What the is she doing here?
A shocking new episode of The Bachelor starts right now.
Are you kidding me? Really? Can we just not do this? And with that, another woman enters the Bachelor bubble. I can't wait to talk to Ted about this. Matt's task gets a little tougher as he's thrown a curveball yet again. Can he keep his eye on the prize and continue in his quest for love? Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. It's time for Most of America Loves Ted. Joining us from Bachelor headquarters, Ted, now darn it, you know you pick these sound bites just to irritate me, don't you?
Yes, because how does the security guy have a direct line to Chris Harrison?
Thank you. It's the Warner Brothers security. Bob in the security desk knows Chris Harrison's personal cell phone number.
Right. And
it's so scripted.
And Heather was such a minor figure. So she
Yeah, who is she? Who is she?
So Heather was on the show like 2 years ago, Colton season. Her little tagline was "Never been kissed."
Okay.
So she barely was on that season. Chris Harrison wouldn't know who she is, but she was brought in. She had to quarantine for who knows how long, and then she's brought in to, bring up more drama. And they're all like, who is this?
Ted, look at her. She's just on trailer like, hey. Hey, girls. I'm here. Hey.
And she walks in. She interrupts his little mini date here. And he goes, oh, my gosh, it's Heather. Please, you don't know who she is. No one knows who she is.
He actually said her name?
Yep.
Okay. What, Ted? Oh, somebody's calling me. I'm sorry. My phone just went off. I should put that. Anyway, it's the Dallas ringtone. I think Jeff's calling me. It's Heather, Jeff. It's the security guard. He's calling me right now. Okay, he went on a date with Piper. Tell me about that.
So Piper's sort of been flying under the radar a little bit. They went on a date to a carnival in the middle of nowhere. There's just a carnival that just popped up. There were no carnival workers, but somehow the whole date worked, and they were able to do the the tilt-a-whirl and all that stuff. Piper, she's low-key, but she told him she's falling in love with him, and he didn't say it back, but he sort of was feeling it, so maybe keep an eye on her.
She has a slight potential.
Slight.
Okay, so one of his friends came back to give him some advice. He needs it.
Yeah, so Tyler C., he was on Hannah Brown's season. And he's been in the news because of who he's possibly dated. I think he may have dated Gigi Hadid or whatever. So he comes back. But yeah, I mean, he's probably been quarantining at the hotel for a really long time. Anyways, they're really good friends. They're roommates. And Matt then used him in this date that kind of... So he had to go on a date with Katie.
Okay.
And he chose to use that one-on-one date with Katie in a way that I wouldn't have used it. Leo?
My best friends happens to be here today.
Okay.
Tyler C., he was on Hannah Brown's season.
Okay.
I live with him, he's my roommate, and he thinks that he's here for what he thinks is gonna be a nice hour-long massage, but little does he know, me and you are gonna be in the ear of the actor who we hired.
Oh my God.
Who is his masseuse today.
Yes.
And we are going to be ruining his massage.
Oh, I love that. Love it. I'm excited.
Can you start to work your way to his nipples? Yeah, there you go.
Twist his nipples occasionally, too.
Okay. I've said this before. This show should be canceled. Ted, they're running out of ideas.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can say, Ted.
I wouldn't oil up my friend to impress a girl.
Wait, Ted, wait a minute. The crew's 50-50 on that. Tyler is going, maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't either, Ted. I wouldn't.
Yeah, so this was basically, everyone thought Matt should have been on a date with Tyler C. and not Katie.
Yeah.
So he sent Katie home.
Okay, I have it on the card here. I love this. Ted has a bold prediction. What is your bold prediction?
This is so bold that I'm willing to put Director Leo's minivan on the line.
How about his curling equipment?
I'll put that on the line too. Throw it in the minivan. If I'm wrong, one member of our audience gets it.
Okay. We should probably tell Leo, but go ahead.
Katie, who was just eliminated, will be the Bachelorette. Her.
That's her right there? Why? Did we lose Ted?
Oh, do you got me?
Oh, did you just pass out from your bold prediction?
Maybe.
Was it so bold that it was so bold it knocked your mic out? Or Ted got hit with a tranquilizer dart from Chris Harrison.
Did you hear the bold prediction, or did I cut out?
I think the ABC executives cut off your mic.
Katie will be the Bachelorette. Did you get that?
I did. I got that. Why? Really quick, we have 10 seconds. Why?
So she's the one who's kind of been the moral compass this whole season. You know, the bickering back and forth. She kind of gets in there and tells everyone to cut it out. So America loves her. America loves me. America, make that happen.
There's nothing else to say. Producer Ted, everybody. There we go. Still ahead. Sick of all the streaming services out there? I'll make the case for why you, all of you watching, should get one more, including my mother, when we come back. Back in a moment, everybody. Somebody check on Ted, please.
So what brings you in? Well, my son wants to get something beautiful for his girlfriend with a little bit of razzle-dazzle for Valentine's Day. I was hoping that you could help us.
I've been in business for 13 years. I do not have a lot of mothers and sons shopping for lingerie at my store. Come on in, let's
Okay,
talk.
great.
Yeah,
Thank you
let's
so
talk.
much.
That's really weird to me.
Atta girl. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with this show. Welcome back to our show. That is a clip from the TLC sensation, I Love a Mama's Boy. Welcome back. This show is becoming one of my latest obsessions. And I watch it on my latest best thing ever. Roll it, Leo. The latest thing I'm loving is the new streaming service Discovery Plus. It launched early last month and includes shows from 14 different networks like TLC, Food Network, HGTV, Discovery, and for my mother, Investigation Discovery. It costs $4.99 a month with ads, $6.99 without. You're looking at the interface there. Oh, that is actually a look at the new Magnolia Network. The first 2 episodes of the new Fixer Upper is available. The interface for Discovery Plus is very similar to, oh yeah, I think this is a look at Joanna's new show. But anyway, the interface is very similar to Disney Plus. It's easy, it's intuitive, it makes sense. The programming, it's astounding. I think there's like 75,000 episodes on it of all of your favorite shows. Episodes from OWN, like I said, Animal. I mean, they're all on there. Okay, so there's the streaming service. Get it. Back to I Love a Mama's Boy.
Oh, must we?
We must, because I want America to watch the show, because I flew through it in 2 days. It's one season. I don't need that look of judgment. That is a look of judgment. The show follows young couples with a guy who is a little too attached to his mom. Now, this is what this show did. Okay, those two right there. Oh, wait, those two right there. That is Matt, and you saw him in the clip buying lingerie with his mother. Her name is Kelly, the mom. And out of all of them, you start to think that Kelly may be the worst, but by the end, I'm not going to tell you, but things take a turn. That mom makes me grateful for my mother and my mother-in-law. That's really what this show does. If any of you out there are married, if you have a great in-law, when you watch this show, oh, look at that. They have, they drink sleepy time tea together every night.
Jason.
What?
What is this? Was the mom just shaving her son's back for a date?
Yeah, so that's Layla. Oh, I didn't know that was included. Yeah, Layla shaves her son's back.
Oh.
I gotta tell you, it's the best thing on television. This mom is like, that mom goes into her son and girlfriend's apartment and like cleans and does stuff. It's crazy. I'm just telling you, it makes me appreciate Dar. Because look, I'm close to my mom, but we both have boundaries. Dar isn't like walking into my house and cleaning. You know what I mean?
Right.
She ain't going lingerie shopping with Colin. Which, by the way, maybe that would be funny. But anyway, yeah, Discovery Plus also features, like I said, new shows from Chip and Joanna Gaines, part of their new Magnolia Network. One is called, it's a cooking show called Magnolia Table, where Joanna cooks. Now, I'm not gonna hate on this because my mom will disown me because she loves Joanna Gaines. Okay, the cooking show is not my favorite. I do love the new iteration of Fixer Upper. I did watch that. Mm-hmm. But the cooking with Joe, here's why it upset me. Joe put eggs in biscuits.
That was all it took.
That's illegal.
It's illegal.
That's a scone.
It's illegal.
That's bread. Biscuits don't have eggs in it, Joanna Gaines.
Don't ever also call a scone a biscuit. That's also illegal, and Jason won't talk to you for
They're
days.
two different things. A scone is a scone, a biscuit is a biscuit. Anyway, I love you, Joanna, but eggs don't belong in biscuits. Hashtag just saying. I will say this too, Discovery Plus is my latest best thing ever. You will love it. Get it right now and start watching I Love a Mama's Boy. Still ahead, Miss Shannon will join us, how you can see her this month and support a great cause. Back in a moment, everybody. Oh, if only y'all could hear what we talk about in the commercial breaks. It would be a whole separate show that we would never be able to air. Welcome back. Our next guest is one of the funniest people in the Twin Cities. She's also family. She's back on stage this month, and she's also hosting a fundraiser later this month. Please welcome the multi-talented Shannon Paul. Hi, Shannon. Look at you. Okay. I haven't seen my buddy in a while. Let me just start with a compliment. Look at your hair. I love your hair.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
This has to be, I've known Shannon for decades. I will continue the compliment and say, this has to be one of my favorite Shannon hairdos ever.
I appreciate that. It was a big step compared to what I had the same hairdo for a really long time.
Oh.
And those braids, a long time.
No, It looks fantastic. Okay, you're going to be doing a virtual benefit for the Autism Society of Minnesota. People that know you know this, but people that don't, why is this organization so special to you, friend?
Not only do they do great work here in the Twin Cities, but if you are not familiar with my son, Cyclone Kid, he is on the autism spectrum. We consider him someone who needs high supports, and the Autism Society does a great job of being a resource for families like mine and other families here in the Twin Cities, regardless of where you or a loved one fall on the autism spectrum.
And this is the 50th anniversary of the group, right, Shannon?
Right, exactly. I've been fortunate enough to be on their board of directors for the last 6 years, so I'm very familiar with what they do. And the fact that we were able to make some difficult but very impactful changes during the pandemic and still manage to hear.
There's the star right there. There he is.
Yeah, he'll be in and out kind of thing, because we're in between distance learning and mom's trying to talk to her friends, and he does not care about my shenanigans. You know that, Jason.
He doesn't care.
No.
Okay, I love his shirt is the best. Being awake is overrated. That's right.
Right. So we are focused. If you wonder what he is badgering me about, come here, buddy, if you want to go. He wants to go to Nickelodeon Universe, and I told him we can't go. So
Shannon, take him to Nickelodeon Universe.
We can't go. No Nickelodeon today. We got other stuff to do. Later, Nickelodeon, not Nickelodeon now.
Shannon,
so you don't have to make these decisions, because your dogs can't bully you into taking them places. My kid can just, he's been talking about Nickelodeon for 2 days. Like, no, we're not going.
Explain, all these virtual events are done differently. Will you explain to the folks how this is done, Shannon?
Well, this one, you can just log on to our website to register for it. It's going to be a free event because it's going to give you an opportunity to learn more about the Autism Society of Minnesota. You'll also be able to see myself. I'm going to host. I'm also going to have our favorite celebrity chef here in town, Justin Sutherland, has a segment on it. We have a mixologist and some other people, along with giving you information about the Autism Society of Minnesota. So you can go to their website, which is ausm.org, and get all the information. You're right. And so you can also get the information on my website, missshannon.com, Miss Shannon with an A. So I know I'm blurring us out, but sometimes you just can't hold still in life, right, Jason?
You can't.
There is no holding still.
You performed back at Acme. How was that?
It was different but normal feeling, because it was nice to be able to perform in front of a live audience, even though they are probably at about a third capacity, if you're familiar with Acme Comedy Company. They have social distancing based in. They encourage people to pre-register so they can make sure that there's enough space for everyone. And like the performers, you've been to Acme, Jason.
Yeah.
You used to be like right in my lap, basically. Now everybody's super spread out, so of the places that I choose to perform live, I feel really comfortable with Acme. So I'm glad that they are able to figure out a way around this. The shows on Friday and Saturday have actually been moved up because they are following all of the guidelines we have from the from our local governor that says that we need to have no alcohol being served after 10 p.m. So they make sure that the show is done before then.
And then you're also doing the Shakopee Bowl, right?
Yes, because it is a giant venue, so we can all spread out and have a good time. So the Shakopee Bowl is this weekend. It's another one. The tickets are very reasonable. They're only $5. But again, we encourage you to pre-register so we can make sure that there's a safe environment for everybody that wants to come in person to the show. You can go to their website or, again, go to missshannon.com. I have all the information and the links there.
Okay, I'm going to end on a compliment, and that is in this COVID era, we have to do these Zooms all the time. Shannon wins the prize for best microphone and best audio of a Zoom guest.
Thank you.
Without a doubt. You have the best lighting, and you have some killer, this sounds literally like a professional setup. So on behalf of the host, thank you very much.
My pleasure, Jason, whatever I can do. And I appreciate you supporting us in the Autism Society of Minnesota. So thank you very much for giving us some time today. And, I can't wait till I see you in person. We'll have a cocktail once there's a patio available. So.
Yes, once we can. Okay, and one more time, is there going to be a Nickelodeon universe today? I was just asking for a friend.
No, no Nickelodeon universe today.
I'm a bad uncle. I won't say it anymore, because if I say it,
you're the one that's making me taking places and buying him toys that make too much noise. You are the worst. The worst.
Kinda, yeah. Shannon's right, yeah.
But I appreciate your love, though, as we all do. So that's all good.
Thank you, sweetheart. For more information, like Shannon said, on the benefits and Shannon's stand-up gigs, head to missshannon.com. And again, live performances have really suffered. I can't say this enough. If you feel comfortable, if you feel safe, go support Acme. It's a wonderful organization. We're going to take a break, everybody. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the old broadcast. Thanks for being here. Thanks to Miss Shannon. I love her. Mm-hmm. She's a great mom. I love good dads. I love good moms. She's just a wonderful mom. So go support her if you can. Hey, if you can support us, we'd be grateful. If you miss our show live, and we hate when you do, but we understand you have a life. But if you miss us, find us on YouTube. Search for Jason Show TV. Hit that subscribe button if you would. Thank you very much. Now it's time for the bubblegum goodbye. What's our mystery question today? You ready there, Kendall?
Always.
If you won the lottery jackpot, what's the first foolish thing that you would buy? The answer when we return. Oh, I know. Welcome back. Okay, here's the question. You won the big, huge, ginormous lottery jackpot. What's the first foolish thing that you would buy? Ladies first.
It's this car. It's an MGA MK2. It's a classic convertible.
What is it again?
It's from Great Britain. It's from London. It's like a white. I want it in white with a tan interior with a stick shift. That's the only way you can get it because it's an old classic car. So just a really old convertible. It's small. They're really cool, and that's what I would get.
Okay.
MGA MK2.
I would buy South Fork, the actual ranch.
You'd buy the ranch.
Yeah, in Parker, Texas, I would buy the actual ranch. There's a rich old man that owns it. I would go to his house.
Uh-huh.
And I would just write him a check, whatever he wants.
Cash only.
And then I would buy a studio here.
Okay.
And then I would buy this show from Fox.
Okay.
Fire Jeff. No, I'm joking.
There's a really long list.
I would buy the show.
Okay.
And then build a studio and have it be studio space for at-risk kids and stuff like that.
Okay, Jeff said we weren't allowed to talk about really
No, but I was saying I would open it like studio space for everybody. I would have it be like an art space.
Well, now I just look like a jerk.
Well, no, I'm buying a ranch from a TV show. I mean, I'm weird. I would buy a ranch that was featured on a 40-year-old show.
It's so very you, though.
It's so very me. I would let all of you come to South Fork, though, for free.
Because
they charge you now. Actually, I would charge you still, but it's fine. Tomorrow on the show, Lindsay Ginsel will join us with a romantic dinner option for home for Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Oh, fun.
If you're going to stay, because most of us are going to stay home. You get takeout, though.
Yeah.
If you want to cook at home, do that. Watch I Love a Mama's Boy and then get some food. That's going to do it for us today. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you're doing it wrong. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.